Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Sleepy Voyages. In a world both vast and mysterious, Odysseus and his brave crew embarked on a journey that would take them through uncharted waters, face to face with mythic creatures, and through challenges that tested their very spirit. This journey, known to many as the Odyssey, stands not just as an epic tale of adventure, but as a testament to human endurance, wit, and the undeniable will to return home. Before we tuck you in tonight, voyagers of the night sky, we have a small but crucial request. As your eyelids grow heavy and the soothing tones of Sleepy Voyages guide you to the realm of dreams, remember the peace, serenity, and comfort that we bring to you every night. Just as a lighthouse guides lost ships in the darkness, your reviews help other restless dreamers find their way to us. By leaving a review and sharing your thoughts on your experience, you are reaching out to other insomniacs lost in the night, guiding them towards restful sleep. Take a moment before you drift away to click on the Leave a Review button on your podcast app. Help us extend our galaxy of tranquility to all those who seek the solace of sound sleep. And once you've done that, feel free to slip back under the covers of our sleep stories, ready to be whisked away on another sleepy voyage. Remember, your stars light the way for others. Every review, every rating helps us create a bigger, more beautiful universe of peace and rest. After the fall of Troy, a city that succumbed to the brilliance of Odysseus's wooden horse, our hero yearned for nothing more than to set his eyes upon the shores of his beloved Ithaca and embrace his family. However, the seas, and perhaps the gods, had other plans for him. Each wave that crashed upon the hull of his ship, each gust of wind that filled their sails, led them to encounters more astonishing than the last. They faced the sorcery of the Lotus Eaters, where men lost their desire to return home, entranced by the allure of the intoxicating lotus flower. With strength and leadership, Odysseus managed to pull his crew from the brink of eternal stagnation, reminding them of the warmth of their homes and families. Following this, the crew found themselves trapped in the cave of the Cyclops, Polyphemus. With quick thinking, Odysseus not only managed to escape the clutches of the one-eyed giant, but also played a clever trick that would ensure their safe departure. Yet, in his pride, he revealed his true name to the creature, incurring the wrath of Poseidon, the god of the sea and father to the Cyclops. But the journey did not end there. Odysseus and his men sailed to the island of Aeolus, the keeper of the winds, and were gifted a bag containing all the winds except the west wind, which would guide them home. Unfortunately, due to curiosity and suspicion, his crew opened the bag, leading them astray once again. Through treacherous seas, they met the Laestrygonians, and later, the enchantress Circe. But those tales, listeners, are the essence of tonight's voyage. Let your mind set sail on the serene waters of ancient myth as we journey further into the heart of the Odyssey. There's a certain magic that comes with the stillness of night, especially out at sea. The vast expanse of the ocean stretches far and wide, its surface glistening, reflecting the silver shimmer of the celestial sky above. Each star, twinkling merrily, seems to be casting its own gentle light, their combined glow forming a delicate veil that envelops the world below. Picture the ship of Odysseus, its sturdy deck bathed in this soft luminescence. The ship itself has seen countless adventures and braved countless perils. Its time-worn planks, each holding its own secret tale of voyages past, are now basking in the tranquility of this serene night. The sails hang quietly, absorbing the stories whispered by the wind, tales that speak of heroes, monsters, and distant lands. One could almost hear the soft lapping of the water against the ship's hull, a gentle rhythm, a lullaby sung by the depths of the sea. The gentle rocking of the ship on the waves cradles the thoughts, allowing the mind to drift and wander, not aimlessly but with purpose, on a journey through the corridors of time. Now, while the surroundings might seem idyllic and peaceful, there's an undercurrent of anticipation. Aboard this ship are men, warriors of Ithaca, loyal to their king, Odysseus. They've faced tempests and mythical creatures, navigated uncharted waters, and held on to hope even in the most daunting of situations. Tonight, they find solace under this canopy of stars, drawing strength from the constellations that have served as their guiding lights. It's within this setting that our tale unfolds, a chapter in the epic voyage of Odysseus, as he endeavors to find his way home, facing challenges that test not just his physical strength, but his wisdom, his wit, and the very core of his character. Stay with this visual, the ship, the ocean, and the stars. As the ship sails forward on calm waters, let your thoughts float effortlessly, preparing to embark on yet another riveting chapter of the Odyssey. Imagine, if you will, the scene unfolding before Odysseus and his brave crew as they set their sights on an unfamiliar coastline. The vast open sea, with its ever-shifting moods, had guided them to a place that, at first glimpse, appeared to be a welcoming refuge. The harbour they approached was no ordinary one. It was colossal in size, a grand testament to nature's prowess. Its sheer expanse made even the mightiest of ships look like mere toys floating on its surface. This harbour, an immense bowl of water, was like a cradle in the arms of the earth, with the sea as its gentle lullaby. Guarding this nautical embrace were cliffs rising abruptly from the water's edge. These weren't the gentle slopes of soft hills or the playful undulations of a dune landscape. No, these were tall, imposing, and unyielding. They stood like ancient sentinels, forged from the very bedrock of the earth, their peaks hidden amongst the low-hanging clouds. The texture of these cliffs was a rich tapestry of history. Eons of weathering had etched every crevice, crack, and cleft into their surface. The play of light and shadow over these rugged facades painted a myriad of shades, from the deepest charcoal to the softest grey. Occasionally, streaks of minerals would gleam, as if the cliffs were threaded with veins of gold. Below, where the cliff met the sea, the relentless waves crashed with fervour. Yet, this display of nature's might was not menacing, but rather a rhythmic dance, a constant reminder of the ebb and flow of life's challenges and rewards. It was in this monumental amphitheatre of stone and water that Odysseus and his crew hoped to find solace, even if just for a while. Little did they know the tales this harbour held, waiting to unfold in the chapters of their epic journey. After the days at sea, with the sun striking upon their bronze skins, and the constant battle against the unpredictable whims of the ocean, the sailors yearned for the comforting embrace of solid ground. The rhythmic swaying of the ship had become both a lullaby and a torment, serving as a perpetual reminder of the fragility of their journey. The sight of the land of the Laestrygonians was at first a beacon of hope. From afar, the outlines of its harbour whispered promises of a safe haven. This was not just any harbour, but a massive one, with arms extending wide, almost as if the land itself was calling out to the weary travellers, inviting them to rest and find solace within its embrace. The heart of every sailor lightened. Visions of fresh water, abundant food, and perhaps even the warm smiles of local inhabitants danced in their minds. After all, they had encountered many lands, some hostile, others generous, but each new place brought the chance of sanctuary. They imagined sprawling on the soft grass, letting the earth cradle them, taking a momentary reprieve from the looming thoughts of monsters, magic, and mayhem. The gentle humming of cicadas, the rustling leaves, and the distant babble of freshwater streams. These were the lullabies they yearned to hear. While the pull of home remained strong in their hearts, the immediate need was simpler: safety, sustenance, and a brief respite from the unpredictable wrath of the seas. The land of the Laestrygonians, with its majestic harbour, presented itself as the answer to their prayers, a place where they might renew their strength, mend their sails, and restore their spirits. Little did they know the true nature of this land and its towering inhabitants. But for now, hope was their guiding star, and it led them to venture deeper into the mysterious embrace of this promising sanctuary. In the soft amber light of dawn, Odysseus, with his characteristic determination evident in his gaze, beckoned a few of his most trusted men to approach him. He studied each of them momentarily, their seasoned faces a testament to the many adventures and trials they've faced alongside their leader. These were men of honor, grit, and unparalleled loyalty, feeling the weight of responsibility and knowing full well the unpredictable nature of new lands. Odysseus wanted to ensure that he selected a scouting party with the perfect blend of courage, wisdom, and discernment. Each choice was strategic. Each member's role was critical. Among those chosen was Eurylochus, a right-hand man to Odysseus, always quick-witted and ever watchful. Next was Polites, known for his eloquence and ability to communicate with unknown civilizations. There was Elpenor, the youngest but eager, his youthful exuberance often providing a fresh perspective. And there was also Misenus, a talented listener, with an ear so keen he could pick up distant sounds that eluded most. Odysseus addressed them in his resonant voice, the timbre of which always seemed to assure those around him, even in the most dire of situations. "We stand upon the edge of the unknown. This land might offer us the sanctuary we seek, or it might harbor dangers we've yet to encounter. You, my chosen few, will be the eyes and ears of our crew, venturing forth into this mysterious realm." The chosen scouts nodded in understanding, tightening their grip on their weapons and adjusting their armor. They knew the task ahead wasn't going to be simple, but they also knew that if anyone could guide them safely, it was Odysseus. And with that silent promise of trust and the fire of adventure burning in their eyes, the scouting party ventured forth into the heart of the Laestrygonian land. Their journey ahead would be filled with both wonder and danger, the very essence of the Odyssey itself. Yet, as they set forth, the stories they would return with would be ones for the ages, whispered in hushed tones by campfires and sung about in ballads for generations to come. Imagine the scene, with the sun glinting over the horizon, illuminating a seemingly peaceful shoreline. Following the narrow path that led away from the harbour, Odysseus's scouting party wandered, captivated by the landscape that surrounded them. Birds chirped from high above, and there was a sweet scent of unknown flowers wafting in the air. They soon reached a stream of crystal-clear water. It was from here that the gentle sounds of nature became complemented by the faint murmur of distant voices. This was not a sound from any human they were familiar with. The voices were deeper, echoing off the tall mountains surrounding them. A sense of curiosity overpowered the initial reservations, guiding them towards the source of these echoes. Drawing closer, they stumbled upon an unimaginable sight. There, by another water source, stood beings of extraordinary stature. Towering over the tallest among the Achaean crew, These figures were like nothing they had ever seen before. The Laestrygonians. Their skin glistened from the moisture of the water they fetched. Their hair was dark and thick, cascading down like a waterfall. Their eyes, while large, held a semblance of normalcy, exhibiting everyday activities. These giants, while engrossed in their daily chores, showed no immediate signs of hostility. As some of the scouts gazed with wonder, others felt a rising anxiety, the sheer size of these beings rendering them insignificant in comparison. There was a moment of hesitant consideration among the crew. Should they approach these titans of nature? Odysseus, always curious and often considered a diplomat in moments like these, decided to initiate communication. He stepped forward, bearing gifts from their ship as a token of peace and goodwill. The initial interaction, though marked with trepidation, was surprisingly calm. The Laestrygonians exhibited curiosity of their own, their eyes examining the Achaean men, their gear, and the trinkets presented. Their voices rumbled like distant thunder, yet their words were articulate, forming questions about the newcomers and their origins. But as the moments passed, there was a subtle shift in the air. The weight of the Laestrygonians' gazes became heavier, and the Achaean scouts began to sense an underlying current of unease. They could feel the grip of something impending, a story still unfolding in the land of these giant inhabitants. With the scouting party selected, Odysseus's ships harbored in the bay, anchored to the shores of the Laestrygonians. The sense of safety filled the air. The waters of the bay remained placid, mirroring the vast expanse of the sky, while the towering cliffs offered protection from the gusty winds. But as time unfurled, the atmosphere took a shift. Emerging from their dwellings, the inhabitants of the land, the Laestrygonians, revealed their colossal stature. Towering over men and boats, these giants bore a menacing presence. Although the sight of them was overwhelming, it was their sudden change in demeanor that was truly frightening. What seemed like casual interactions with the sailors became increasingly hostile. Their large eyes took on a hungry glint, and it became evident that they viewed the Achaeans not as visitors, but as prey. Without warning, a violent ambush began. With unparalleled strength, the Laestrygonians hurled massive boulders from the cliffs, aiming them directly at the Achaean ships. It was as if the sky itself was crashing down. The once calm waters erupted with turbulent waves, triggered by the weight of the stones. Odysseus's ships became the direct target of these giants' aggression. The mighty boulders struck with such force, shattering ships into fragments, rendering them mere driftwood. The heart-wrenching cries of the sailors intertwined with the dissonant laughter of the Laestrygonians. Panic spread like wildfire among the Achaeans as they witnessed the devastating power of these adversaries. The bay echoed with the heart-wrenching symphony of splintering wood, roaring waves, and the screams of despairing men. One could only wonder, would Odysseus and his crew be able to escape this horrifying ordeal? Or would they meet a tragic end at the hands of the Laestrygonians? Every decision now became a matter of survival. In the shadow of those towering cliffs, Odysseus realized that the sanctuary they sought in this massive harbor was an illusion. The tumultuous sounds of his men's cries, the splintering of ships under the weight of boulders, and the roaring of waves filled the air with a chilling sense of impending doom. Odysseus's leadership had always been his strength, and it was never more evident than at this dire moment. Understanding the importance of quick thinking, he wasted no time devising an escape. Swiftly ordering his men, they pushed away the remaining ship from the shore, cutting the anchor ropes. Their ship was now at the mercy of the mighty ocean, but it was a better fate than what the Laestrygonians had in store for them on land. Every oar was manned by the remaining crew. Their muscles strained, and their sweat mingled with seawater as they rowed with a ferocity born of desperation. The rhythm of the oars was hypnotic, almost trance-like, as they sliced through the waves in synchronized unity. It was as if the water itself was propelling them away from the nightmarish scene behind them. Yet, it wasn't just the physical exertion that weighed heavily on them. Their minds grappled with the grief of lost comrades, the ships they had traveled on for so long, now swallowed by the harbor and the gargantuan creatures that called it home. The crew's pain was palpable, a shared emotion that bound them together in their sorrow. But amid the grief, there was also a deep sense of relief. The only ship that had evaded the giant's grasp was Odysseus's. They were survivors, and while they mourned their losses, there was gratitude for the lives that remained intact. Their ship, which had faced countless perils, emerged once again as their saving grace, carrying them towards a new dawn and away from the monstrous Laestrygonians. Every twist and turn of Odysseus's voyage brought new lessons. The encounter with the Laestrygonians served as a potent reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and that hope can be found even in the most perilous situations. The vast ocean, which had been the source of so many challenges for Odysseus and his crew, now offered them sanctuary, carrying them away from danger and onward in their journey. After their harrowing escape from the Laestrygonians, the remaining ship sailed toward unknown horizons. Each sailor's heart held on to the hope of finding a safer refuge where they could rest and replenish. The memories of the giant cannibals haunted their every thought, but soon the horizon offered them a glimpse of a promising sanctuary. Island in the distance unveiled its beauty slowly. As the ship drew closer, the island's contours came into clearer view. Verdant forests covered its landscapes, with shimmering beaches bordering the periphery. Trees bore fruits of colors one might only dream of, and the fragrance of blooming flowers carried far across the sea, inviting them closer. Odysseus, the ever-vigilant leader, watched as his men's faces lightened up. After days of being at sea, the sight of land itself was uplifting. But this wasn't just any land. It appeared like paradise itself. The sun illuminated the white sandy shores, and the calm waters sparkled as if countless diamonds were scattered upon it. But what truly caught everyone's attention was a distant melody. Somewhere from the heart of this mysterious island, a voice sang, melodious, haunting, and incredibly alluring. It was neither loud nor intrusive, but had a rhythm that seemed to resonate with the very beats of their hearts. The song spoke of age-old tales, love, longing, and adventures. Each note seemed to pull at the strings of their hearts, urging them to get closer. Many sailors leaned over the ship's edge, trying to discern the source of the song. The sheer beauty of it brought tears to the eyes of the hardest men aboard. And even though they did not understand the words, the emotion was universal. A sense of calm, combined with curiosity, enveloped the ship. Hands that were once weary from rowing now energetically lowered the sails and dropped the anchor. Boats were dispatched, and as the sailors paddled toward the island's embrace, every stroke brought them closer to unraveling the mysteries of the island and the enchanting voice that called out to them. Nestled amidst the lush, verdant landscape of the island, a magnificent structure stood tall and radiant under the Grecian sun, Circe's grand palace, a resplendent mansion crafted from shimmering marble and adorned with majestic pillars. Even from a distance, its grandeur emanated a peculiar allure, beckoning any wanderer to its grand hallways. Drawn to its beauty, Odysseus's men could perceive a delectable aroma, unlike anything they've ever smelled before. It was as if a dozen feasts were being prepared simultaneously. The scents of roasted meats, sweet pastries, and aged wines swirled in the air, enticing every famished sailor toward the source. It was an olfactory symphony that sang promises of warmth and satisfaction. Inside, the palace was even more astonishing. Gilded furniture, lavish tapestries depicting tales of gods and men, and exquisite artworks adorned the vast halls. The heart of this splendor was the dining area, where an opulent feast lay sprawled across a long table. Every conceivable delicacy from the known world seemed to be presented there. Succulent meats drizzled in rich sauces, fruits that shimmered like precious gems, and nectars so sweet they could only have been harvested from the gardens of the gods themselves. However, amidst the draw of such luxury, there was one among Odysseus's men who felt an unease. Eurylochus, always observant and skeptical, couldn't shake off a sense of foreboding. The palace was devoid of any inhabitants. No servants, no guards, just an eerie silence punctuated by the distant song of their mysterious hostess. The splendor of the feast, the absence of any visible hand that prepared it, and the enchanting melody that hung in the air all seemed too good, too inviting. He whispered his fears to his comrades, urging caution. Should we not question the convenient opulence before us? Why is there no one but us in this vast palace? But hunger and weariness clouded better judgment, and many among the crew were already reaching out, ready to indulge in the mouth-watering offerings. The tempting allure of the banquet before them, after days of hardship and hunger, was hard to resist. Little did they know that the true nature of their hostess and the fate that awaited them were far more intricate and enchanting than the delicacies spread out on the table. In the heart of the majestic palace of Circe, surrounded by opulent decor and the rich scent of incense, Odysseus's men found themselves ensnared by hospitality that promised only delight. This mysterious enchantress, with her honeyed words and beguiling charm, prepared a grand feast for them, which at first glance seemed nothing more than a gracious offering. Each dish, meticulously crafted, beckoned with rich aromas that ignited the senses. Meats roasted to perfection, wines aged and tantalizing, fruits so fresh they seemed to have been plucked straight from paradise. Unbeknownst to these men, however, was the secret potion Circe had stealthily mixed into their goblets, a potion that would change the course of their night, and indeed their very essence. As the wine flowed and the food dwindled, a change began to overtake them. Their limbs felt heavy, their voices began to garble, and the room around them seemed to contort and blur. One by one, each man felt a surge of panic, but it was too late. Their humanity was being stripped away, replaced by a porcine form. Their strong hands now trotters, and their voices replaced with grunts. Before they could comprehend the depth of their transformation, they were no longer the mighty sailors of legend, but instead simple swine, captivated within Circe's enchanted pen. All but one. Eurylochus, wary from the outset and blessed with a cautious heart, had abstained from the feast. From the shadows, he watched the grotesque metamorphosis of his comrades with terror. In his heart, a mix of horror for what had befallen his mates and gratitude for his own escape. The grandeur of the palace now seemed an illusion, a cage crafted with gold bars, and Circe, the enchantress, its cunning jailer. Summoning every ounce of courage, Eurylochus stealthily retreated from the palace. The weight of the responsibility to inform Odysseus about this treachery propelled him forward. He rushed through the thick foliage of the island, every rustling leaf and nocturnal sound amplifying his anxiety. Upon finding Odysseus, his words poured out in a rush, a desperate torrent explaining the misfortune that had befallen their crew. In his eyes, the grave urgency of the situation was evident. Odysseus, the ever-resilient leader, processed the news with a steely determination. There was much to be done, and every passing moment mattered. For while the island held unparalleled beauty, it also harbored dark secrets and trials that would test the very fabric of their spirit. As the hero that he was, surrender was not an option in his heart. In the thick of this predicament, there was a rustling from the nearby foliage. Emerging from the shadows was none other than the divine messenger of the gods, Hermes. With his caduceus in hand and golden sandals gleaming, he moved with an ease and swiftness that seemed almost ethereal. The island, despite its mystical aura, bent to the will of Hermes, offering no resistance to his divine presence. He approached Odysseus with a knowing smile, almost as if he had anticipated this very encounter. Before the hero could speak, Hermes began sharing wisdom and counsel. "The enchantress Circe is not to be underestimated," Hermes warned, his voice clear and gentle against the backdrop of the whispering island winds. "But fear not, for I come bearing aid." From his robes, Hermes produced a small plant with a black stem and white blossoms. It was the moly, a rare and potent herb known to counteract the most powerful of spells and enchantments. "This," Hermes said, "will shield you from Circe's magic." Odysseus took the moly from Hermes, feeling its surprising weight and the surge of power it exuded. It was cold to touch, yet it filled him with warmth and newfound determination. Armed with the protective charm of the moly and the counsel of Hermes, Odysseus was prepared. He felt an invigorating rush of courage, ready to face the enchantress, to break her spell, and reclaim his crew. As the determined steps of Odysseus echoed through the island, moving towards Circe's dwelling, the narrative of his epic voyage continued to unfold. With gods and fate intertwined, Odysseus was a testament to the resilience and tenacity of the human spirit, forever steering through adversities, always charting the course back home. Amidst the verdant foliage, the lavish palace of Circe stood, its walls whispering secrets of ancient enchantments. Odysseus, having witnessed the affliction brought upon his crew, stepped forth, heart heavy but with an unwavering resolve. The weight of Hermes' words echoed in his ears. Clutching the moly, a small but potent herb, Odysseus braced himself for what was to come. Every fiber of his being knew that this would be a confrontation unlike any other. Circe's power was not just in her magic, but in her beguiling charm. This was not merely a battle of might, but of wits and wills. As Odysseus approached, he could feel the thick veil of enchantment in the air. Circe, with her piercing eyes and cascading hair, looked every bit the formidable sorceress she was known to be. Her eyes, however, betrayed a hint of curiosity. The initial meeting was tense, filled with silent challenges and unspoken threats. Circe's fingers moved to cast her transformative spell, confident of her victory. But the power of the moly protected Odysseus, and the tables turned. In that split moment of realization, Circe's demeanor shifted from arrogant pride to genuine admiration. It became clear to both that Odysseus was no ordinary mortal. With the moly thwarting her magic, a negotiation ensued. Odysseus demanded the release of his crew, and Circe, perhaps finding a worthy match in Odysseus, acquiesced. The enchantment was lifted, and one by one, the men were restored to their human form, each expressing gratitude in their eyes. But the story doesn't end with a mere reversal of spells. Circe, the once feared enchantress, found herself drawn to the sagacity and strength of Odysseus. And he, though initially wary, came to see the depth and layers beneath her mystical facade. Their worlds, so different, began to merge, forming a bond that was unexpected yet profound. In the chronicles of time, many tales highlight battles won with swords and shields. But here, on this mystical island, a victory was achieved through understanding, mutual respect, and the undeniable pull of two indomitable spirits. This was a tale of magic, yes, but also of minds meeting, challenging, and eventually harmonizing. The island of Circe, as mysterious and perilous as its origins may sound, began to reveal its gentler side. What once was a place of magic-induced treachery became a beacon of tranquility for Odysseus and his wearied men. Perhaps it was the sapphire waters or the palm trees swaying rhythmically to the island's heartbeat. Or maybe it was Circe herself, the enchantress, whose demeanor transformed from being a captor to a host. The island evolved from an unknown land to a haven. The men, once wary of every rustle and enchanting melody, found themselves relaxing in the lap of luxury. Circe's grandeur manifested not just in her spellwork, but in the feast she laid out every day. Food, previously a scarcity in their arduous journey, was now a daily indulgence. Tables, laden with dishes fit for the gods, invited the crew each day. Meats of every kind, fruits they had never seen, and wine that seemed to capture the very essence of sunlight itself. But it wasn't just about the physical luxuries. Stories were shared, laughter echoed, and Odysseus's men sang songs of their homeland, of Ithaca, their voices melding with the island's evening chorus. There were days when the crew would challenge each other in friendly sports, reveling in the simple joys of camaraderie, while others were more introspective, with men reflecting on their journey, their families, and the homes they left behind. Circe, once a figure of mystery, would often join them. At times she would share tales of gods, of battles between mighty titans, and stories of love that spanned eons. Odysseus, the great leader, found in her both an ally and a confidant. Their bond, formed in a cauldron of mistrust and magic, grew stronger with each passing day. They'd often be seen walking by the shores, their conversations lost in the whispers of the waves. Yet, in the midst of all this reprieve, a subtle tension hung in the air. Every sunrise was a stark reminder of the journey that still lay ahead. Each sunset, while beautiful, hinted at the challenges that awaited them beyond the horizon. The island was but a pause, a breath in the middle of an epic song. And as the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the realization began to dawn. The voyage to Ithaca, their homeland, was far from over. But for now, on this island, they would cherish every moment, every story, and every feast. For in the Odyssey of life, it's these moments of respite that give strength for the journey ahead. The ancient tales, brimming with wonder and lessons, always bring forth revelations that relate not just to the heroes of yore, but to our own lives. When we delve into the world of the Laestrygonians, it becomes evident that their imposing presence and the turmoil they created is not just a tale of giants and sailors, but a profound reflection on the unpredictable challenges life throws at us. The massive harbor, surrounded by its steep cliffs, represents the seemingly safe havens we sometimes find in life. It's those moments when, after a long journey or a series of challenges, we think we found a sanctuary, a momentary respite. The harbors in our lives could be a new job after a long spell of unemployment, a budding relationship after a period of loneliness, or perhaps a new city we move to, seeking new beginnings. However, as Odysseus and his crew soon discovered, not all sanctuaries are what they seem. Even with most of his fleet destroyed, Odysseus didn't give in to despair. Instead, he rallied his remaining crew, reminding them of the importance of hope and resilience. It speaks to the power of positive leadership and the importance of keeping hope alive, even in the direst of situations. In essence, the encounter with the Laestrygonians stands as a testament to the unpredictability of life, the value of hope, and the importance of resilience. Just as Odysseus sailed on, embracing both the calm and the storm, we too should face our challenges head-on, drawing inspiration from his unwavering spirit. On Circe's mysterious island, we witness an adventure that isn't just about encountering magic or battling sorceresses. The island unveils deeper layers of wisdom, layers that can be applied to our own journeys. Firstly, the island teaches us the delicate balance of temptation and wisdom. As the crew arrived, they were immediately drawn into the allure of the island, a paradise that seemed too good to be true. And indeed, the promise of a lavish feast led them straight into a trap. It's a timeless tale of how sometimes what seems too good to be true can indeed be deceiving. Imagine the moon casting its gentle silvery glow over the vast expanse of the sea. The water, so vast and boundless, mirrors the sky above, each wave reflecting the shimmering stars and the radiant moon. It's a dance of light, where every twinkle and every reflection seems to be conversing with the vast universe above and the depths below. The night is cool, with a soft breeze that brushes against your skin, reminding you of the world's gentle caresses. You can feel the sand beneath you, cool and comforting, molding perfectly to your form, offering support and grounding. Every grain tells a story of time, of journeys undertaken by countless before you, and yet, in this moment, it's uniquely yours. In the distance, the silhouette of the forest stands tall, its trees whispering secrets of ages gone by. And as the waters lap against the shore, there's a rhythm, a soft, repetitive sound that synchronizes with the beating of your heart. Each wave carries tales of Odysseus and his crew, of their resilience, their fears, their hopes, and their undying spirit. Every crest and trough of these waves represent the highs and lows they faced, and how, just like these waters, they always found their way, a path that led them forward. Now in your mind's eye, imagine a lone boat anchored not too far from the shore. It sways gently, in harmony with the sea. This boat, strong and resilient, is symbolic of your own journey and the challenges you've faced. Just as it remains steadfast amidst the waves, know that you too possess an inner strength, a resilience that helps you navigate through life's storms. Breathe in the salty freshness of the sea air, filling your lungs with rejuvenation and calmness. And as you exhale, release any lingering tensions or concerns. Let them flow out with your breath, getting carried away by the gentle night winds. With each passing moment, feel yourself becoming one with Circe's island, a place of magic, transformation, and above all, discovery. Remember, every journey, no matter how challenging, also brings about moments of calm and reflection, and it's in these moments that we truly discover ourselves. Allow this serene setting to envelop you, to cradle you in its embrace, setting the perfect stage for a restful slumber. Begin by finding a comfortable position, perhaps lying down in a space where you feel safe, cradled, and free from interruptions. Imagine the gentle rhythm of the ocean's waves flowing endlessly across the expanse of time. Each wave, ancient and full of life stories, gracefully approaches the shore. These waves, like the tales of Odysseus, have journeyed from distant realms, and now they are here with you. Breathe in the invigorating salty air, rich with ions and a freshness that is both invigorating and soothing. Feel the rhythm of your own breath harmonize with the cadence of the waves. Remember, the vastness of the sea holds not only challenges, but also immense potential for rejuvenation. The stories we've shared tonight carry the weight of perseverance, of bravery in the face of the unknown, of confronting the unfamiliar and finding a way through. You too can face the morrow with the wisdom and courage displayed in these tales. And for now, allow the consistent, nurturing embrace of the ocean to be a balm for your spirit. A reminder that there's a timeless flow in the universe that's always there, always moving, always ready to wash over us with its infinite embrace. In the invigorating salty air, rich with ions, and a freshness that is both invigorating and soothing. Feel the rhythm of your own breath harmonize with the cadence of the waves. Inhale, exhale. Let every inhalation bring calm and every exhalation wash away a layer of tension. The same waters that touched the bows of Odysseus's ships, that might have echoed with the cries of sailors or the laughter of gods, are the same waters that gently cradle and caress your imagined feet. The same waters that held both threat and salvation for our storied hero can now offer you a profound tranquility. Each wave is like a memory, and as it comes to shore, imagine that these waves pick up your worries, your anxieties, and any weight that burdens your spirit. With their retreat, they carry away these concerns, leaving only clarity and lightness behind. Odysseus faced trials and overcame vast obstacles on his journey home. Remember, the vastness of the sea holds not only challenges, but also immense potential for rejuvenation. The stories we've shared tonight carry the weight of perseverance, of bravery in the face of the unknown, of confronting the unfamiliar and finding a way through. You too can face the morrow with the wisdom and courage displayed in these tales. And for now, allow the consistent, nurturing embrace of the ocean to be a balm for your spirit. A reminder that there's a timeless flow in the universe that's always there, always moving, always ready to wash over us with its infinite embrace. In this space, let go. Let go of what was and what might be, and fully immerse yourself in the now. Let the tales of Odysseus and the gentle power of the ocean instill peace within you, guiding you deeper into relaxation and preparing you for a rejuvenating rest. Imagine, voyagers, the gentle waves brushing against the shores of Circe's island. In the soft light of the moon, the sand sparkles like countless diamonds. The tales from today's journey unfold again, this time in the whispering tongues of the sea and the murmuring leaves. Odysseus, the great hero, whom many believed to be invincible, reminded us today that even the mightiest can face peril. At the harbor of the Laestrygonians, where the towering cliffs seemed almost alive, danger lurked in the shadows. Yet the narrative wasn't just of fear or loss, but of bravery. When faced with giant adversaries, the essence of a true leader emerged in Odysseus. His quick thinking, his urge to protect, and his resilience illuminated his path amidst the chaos. The waters now softly carry tales of the mystical island, where music floats in the air, enticing and beckoning. Circe's palace, grand and enchanting, held mysteries of its own. The transformation of men into beasts painted a vivid picture of the internal battles we all face, of our base instincts and our higher selves. But remember the strength of character. When temptation or adversity confronts us, just as Hermes appeared to guide Odysseus, our inner wisdom rises to guide us, if only we listen. The bond between Circe and Odysseus also speaks to us. Unexpected alliances can form in the most surprising of circumstances. Bonds are not just of likeness, sometimes of shared experiences and mutual respect. For a year, the island became more than just a stop in the journey. It became a haven of peace and respite. In life, these moments of respite are essential, times where we rejuvenate, learn, and prepare for the next chapter. The waves grow softer now, the stories melding with the rhythm of your breath. Let the wisdom of the tales wrap around you, comforting you, reminding you of the strength within and the adventures that await in dreams. As the stories blend with the night, may they guide you into a realm of rest and peace. Sleep well, voyagers, until the next tale unfolds. Picture the tranquil waters around Circe's island, reflecting the luminous glow of the moon. The night crickets are singing their age-old lullabies, providing a rhythmic backdrop for the tales of old. Each chapter of Odysseus's journey is not just a series of thrilling encounters, but a testament to human resilience and the ever-present dance between fate and free will. Now, as the waves lap against the sandy shores and the night's gentle embrace deepens, let's take a moment to reflect on the voyage we've just undertaken together. The brave Odysseus, with his unwavering spirit, navigated through the treacherous waters of the Laestrygonians, where the very essence of danger lurked. With most of his ships decimated, hope seemed to be a distant star, but hope, even in its faintest glimmers, possesses the power to illuminate the darkest of nights. Then, the island of Circe, a place where enchantment was not a mere folklore, but a reality, where the dangers were not from monstrous giants, but from beguiling spells that touched the very soul. But as always, even in these challenges, there were lessons to be had. The wisdom of Hermes, the allure of Circe, and the transformation of men showcased the myriad ways we as humans confront our inner and outer worlds. Odysseus's journey, as captivating as it is, serves as a reminder. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, temptations and trials. Yet with steadfastness, wisdom, and a sprinkle of divine intervention, we can navigate our way to the shores of understanding and enlightenment. It's a journey not of the physical world alone, but also of the spirit, a journey that every soul undertakes in its unique way. Let this tale, like the gentle breeze from the Aegean Sea, wash over you. As you prepare to drift into the world of dreams, carry with you the courage of Odysseus, the enchantment of Circe's island, and the timeless wisdom of the ancients. The world of legends and myth is vast, and there are countless tales yet to be shared. Until then, may the journey you embark on tonight in your dreams be just as enlightening, filled with wonders, mysteries, and gentle lessons. Tonight, we've journeyed together through enchanted islands, faced titanic foes, and been swayed by the sorcery of the divine. Our hero, Odysseus, experienced both menace and mercy on his path, which continually tests the strength of his character. Each twist and turn of this voyage teaches us how the lines between peril and paradise can often be paper thin, how in our lives moments of hardship can swiftly turn to moments of reprieve, and vice versa. Listeners, Odysseus's path is much like the one we walk every day, unpredictable and filled with lessons to embrace. As you lay down, letting the gravity pull you into your soft bedding, remember that each day, like Odysseus, you too face your own Laestrygonians and Circes. In the ancient whispers of the Aegean, there's a promise that the tales of Odysseus are far from over. His adventures stretch across many horizons, with each daybreak revealing new challenges, uncharted islands, and mythical beings of both benevolence and malevolence. In our next voyage together, we will drift along the vast expanse of the sea, exploring further tales that have yet to unfold. There is a land where dreams weave into reality, where the chorus of the sirens echo and the shadow of the underworld looms. Just as the stars above guide sailors across the ocean's canvas, These tales are destined to guide us through the vast seascape of our imaginations. Let the intrigue of what's to come be a gentle lullaby, inviting you into a realm of dreams where maybe, just maybe, you'll sail alongside Odysseus, feeling the salt spray and witnessing the marvels of his journey firsthand. Let the anticipation be a soft feather-light touch, reassuring you that there's always another story, another lesson, and another night for us to voyage together. When the time is right, we'll embark on yet another journey, one page at a time. Until then, may the echoes of today's adventure sail with you into the serene harbors of your dreams. In the embrace of the enveloping night, the tales of ancient mariners come to a gentle ebb. Dream of brave voyages and serene islands, and wake up tomorrow ready to embrace your journey with newfound insights. Sleep gently, and may your dreams be filled with the songs of sirens, the wisdom of ancient gods, and the heroism of brave souls navigating their way home.